Hello, 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 hey, oh, echo, that's a strong echo. Hey guys, hello, 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 hello. Hey guys, how are we? Let me turn this on. Hello. Hey guys. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing, guys? Final shape delayed officially. We got a lot to talk about today. But first, before we do that, I want to say hello to everybody. I actually, I was at a Bungie summit this morning, guys. So, I'll try to do my best to, see if we can answer some questions. We'll go over some of the things that were talked about today, and, you know, we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Let's see. Let's start off with Thorn. Hey, MMX, what's going on? Dane, what's good? YOLO, what's good? Nicholas, what's good? Komodo, what's good? Jacob, what's going on? Pedro, what's good? Destiny Vex, what's good? Brandon, what's going on? John, what's good? Mr. Scoop, what's good? Car Seat, what's good? Rebel, what's good? The One, what's good? Austin, what's good? Jinskis, what's going on? Good to see you. Komodo, what's going on? Tavon, what's going on? Ryan, what's good? Lights, what's good? Marks, what's going on? KP, what's good? Brandon, what's good? John, what's good? Squiggles, what's good? How are we doing today? Brutus, what's good? How are we doing? So good to see everybody. Keith, what's good? Shadow Sephiroth, what's good? Jan, what's good? Goblin, what's good? Nicholas says, don't forget, guys, hit the like button, sub bell for notifications on more streams. If not, thumbs down button. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Deranged, what's good? How are we doing? Pyro, what's good? Rebel, what's good? Did I miss anybody? Radicsy, what's going on? RJ, what's good? Omni, what's going on? Alex the Cup of Dirt, what's good? Void, what's good? Jen Kenobi, what's going on? Michelle, good to see you. Joanna, good to see you. How you doing? Lucky, what's good? Buzz, what's good? Black Ronin, what's good? Did I miss anybody? KP. Nova, what's going on? Mazza, what's good? I'm gonna close my door real quick, guys, and then we're gonna start talking here. We're gonna go over some of the different things that were talked about, and I will share as much as I am allowed to, I guess, from what was talked about. But yeah, let's watch Joe Blackburn's thing. Let's talk a little bit about obviously that video. Let's talk about the news. Obviously, main thing being Final Shape being delayed. Obviously, something that was rumored but officially was announced 35 minutes ago. I got the chance to talk a little bit about it with Joe Blackburn and a lot of other creators that were at that summit this morning. So that was actually my first time ever at a summit, guys. So that was cool. Definitely thanks to you guys, as always. You know, I got you guys to thank for any opportunity I ever get. It's because of you guys. So, big thank you there. That was a cool opportunity. Thanks to y'all. So, first and foremost, thank you everybody for you know, allowing that to be a thing. CJ with the 10. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. CJ with 10. If you got gifted, please make sure to thank CJ, guys. Holy cow, gifting one to Destiny, Vex, Scuda, Mazda, Shadow, Sephiroth, D'Angelo, Brett, Komodo, Keith, Tucky, Brutus, and Ethan. Alright. I was first here, not to brag. Thorny, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Alright, let's turn down the music for now, and let's talk a little bit here. Let's where is this? Alright, let's turn that down just a little bit. Alright. Now I feel special thanks. You guys are the best. How's your day? CB just watched the video from Joe. Day was good, guys. Honestly, I rolled out of bed and I was in a Bungie summit. Was talking with Joe today. Joe Blackburn, as well as a lot of other creators as well. At a summit this morning, kind of right before the news got broken, so I actually found out about a lot of this stuff this morning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk a little bit about the delay. We're gonna read the article, we're gonna watch Joe's video, and then I'll let you guys ask questions where I can. I'll try to clarify things where I can. I believe I'm able to share everything besides some of the things they explicitly said not to. So with that being said, where I can answer things, I will. And where I can't, obviously, NDAs are scary, and I don't want to be, you know, blown up, you know, to the Shadow Realm. So let's, should we start off with the video, or should we start with the article? What do you guys want to see first? Should we watch the video, or should we read? Probably watch the video, then read on top. Anything that's not answered, we read, and then we answer questions after that. Does that sound good? Video first? Okay. Video first? Okay. Alright, so we'll watch the video first then, and then after we watch the video, we will, what's it called? We will go from there, alright? I'm trying to think, what camera do I want today? I almost feel like I think we might go different cam today, guys. Let's go, for a second here at least. Hello, guys. Hey. I put Jirachi on top of my Christmas tree, guys. Alright, let's go here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the other camera for now, and then let's do a little bit of, talking here in a second, guys. Let me get the video up, and then let's go from there. ASAP Reality, I've been well. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Alright, let's, go here. Alright. Do you guys like Jirachi on top of the tree, guys? The lights are all back up, too. I got everything up, which is nice. I'm excited to show you guys when it's dark. It looks a lot better when it's dark. Okay. Let's, go ahead and we are gonna watch this now. Alright, and let's go ahead and turn this up. And then let's... I don't hear sound because no sound capture. Okay, let's go here, and now there should be, I believe. All right, let's check two.
But today that the final shape is coming out on June 4th.
Right.
There are a lot of questions.
All right, Joe.
Hey, what's the team working on? What's the content that's coming out? Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Blackburn, the game director for Destiny 2. I'm sure with the announcement today that the final shape is coming out on June 4th.
Music? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm terrible at life. Why do you guys put up with me? Let's hit the major Alt F4. All right, let's go back. I was like, I swear there was no music in the background the first time.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Blackburn, the game director for Destiny 2.
Scottish.
I'm sure with the announcement today that the final shape is coming out on June 4th, there are a lot of questions on, hey,
like I said, guys,
what's the content that's coming out before June? So I wanted to step by.
Quick pause. Like I said, what we're going to do for anybody just joining, I did attend the summit today that talked about a lot of the things that Joe was talking about. The format that we're going to do is we're going to watch the video, then we'll read the article, and after we read the article, I'll let you guys ask any questions that I'm able to answer. And if there's anything that I feel like was left out that I am able to talk about, then I'll talk about those things. So that's how we're going to do it today. So let's hear what he's got to say, and we'll go from there. That's going to be how we do it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Blackburn, the game director for Destiny 2. I'm sure with the announcement today that the final shape is coming out on June 4th, there are a lot of questions on, hey, what's the team working on? What's the content that's coming out before June? So I wanted to step by down here in the stream room today and drop by with some classic Joe handwritten notes and talk about what we're doing between now and June. I think this is going to be a pretty short video, so I want to get right into it. Let's start with the obvious stuff. Tomorrow, Season of the Wish launches. We're super excited, not only about the story and the content of this season, but how it's going to roll into the final shape. So I hope the small army of you out there with your Last Wish raid jackets are wearing them with pride. I know
Hey, we have a Last Wish jacket
here, on Friday, we've got Warlord's Ruin. It's a new dungeon coming to Destiny 2.
Warlord's Ruin.
I would love to talk to you all about, but because I'm at the studio, I'm like a little worried that someone from the Raid and Dungeon team is going to hear me and like come barreling through the door.
Thank you.
So we'll let you all see that for yourselves.
To get it, to be in a position.
Speaking of group content,
thank you.
Let's talk Fireteam Finder real quick.
This is interesting.
Recently, we put out some messaging on how Fireteam Finder is going to roll out. I just wanted to give a little more context here. I don't think this is hyperbole when I say I think Fireteam Finder is going to change the way so many of you interact with Destiny 2 on a day-to-day basis. That being said, it's a pretty big technical change to the game. So I want to be really careful with how we roll this out. We're going to be doing limited windows with limited activities to start. This is going to allow us to collect the data we need, take it on, see how server stability is affected, take it off, make changes, and then roll it out better and better each time. Ultimately, what we're going to be working towards is a version of Fireteam Finder that you can use for raids, dungeons, strikes, PvP, whatever you want that needs a group in the new year and right before the final shape. PvP. So last time we talked a bunch about PvP. I just wanted to give an update on where we are. We've got a Crucible Labs mode that we've been experimenting a lot with called Checkmate. We're going to do two things with Checkmate this year. We're going to take Checkmate and put it onto the core Crucible playlists. It's going to be like 6v6 control unranked.
YouTube's trying to
we want to see how the Checkmate rules that we've been experimenting with interact with a larger Crucible ecosystem.
To my knowledge on the YouTube ads, guys, what at least I think I've been told is that eventually memberships will, just like Twitch subs, not show ads. I just know YouTube is obviously always behind the 8-ball on things, so sorry about the ads. I think the only way to avoid them right now is YouTube Premium, which is annoying. Social Chef, hey. Sorry about that, guys.
But ultimately, what we're trying to do with Checkmate is not create a third or a fourth way to play the game. Checkmate is all about a more deliberate Crucible. So we want to take the rule changes for Checkmate, be this slower ability recharge rate, or different rules around special ammo. We want to find the stuff that's working, and we want to start porting those rule changes over into the core Destiny 2 Crucible. This is about creating a Crucible that is more strategic, is more focused on your guns, and is more focused on the loadout that you're bringing in to fight with. Speaking of Crucible, let's talk maps. So not only do we have the Citadel coming to Destiny 2 this week, we also are still cranking out maps for the map pack that we talked about earlier this year. This is going to be coming out in the new year all at once. We've got 3 maps, one on Europa, one on Neomuna, and one on the Terraformed Pyramid. I actually got a chance to play test these again yesterday. I'm really excited about all of them. I think I did the best on the Europa map, but right now I think Neomuna is trending to be the sort of internal favorite. Really excited to see how all these get built and continued over development. Really excited for them to get in your hand. They're all sort of Jav 4 size. So we know we've been putting out a lot of larger maps. We want to put out maps that are going to be able to really excel in modes like Trials of Osiris and competitive playlists to really balance out both these larger experiences and more, close quarters experiences as well.
All right,
Ultimately, this
I can add a little bit of context here. So if you guys are wondering when this is coming, um, so I, the question of whether they were free or not didn't get asked, or at least if it did, it didn't get answered. But I would assume it is. But this is actually going to be coming right before Final Shapes. This is actually coming before June. So this is going to be actually right before Final Shape. I don't know if they ended up talking about that in the article, but this is actually the map pack is going to be coming before. So like I said, I'll try to provide context where I can. This is actually coming before. Techno, thank you for the 45. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yep, exactly, Kevin. Yep, this is going to be coming in May. Yo, Ali, hey, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Like I said, I'll keep adding tidbits where I can. I'm not sure what was clarified, but I'm just trying to, if there's ever anything that I knew more about from the summit that I can share, I will. But yeah, this is supposed to be coming, I would assume, some time around the time where the Into the Light thing that they were talking about. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. What I was able to at least gather from the summit.
This is not everything that we're doing in PvP, so keep your ear out for socials. We're trying to make sure that the Destiny 2 Crucible is built for those folks that love to log on and play Destiny.
Thank you for the
PvP
new subs too, guys. I see the new
day.
subs. Thank you for that.
All right, let's see what's on page 2 here. I think the big question in everyone's mind is, okay, but Season of the Wish content is going to roll out. Talk to me about February through June. So starting in February, we're going to be rolling out more content that's available to anyone who plays Destiny 2. It's going to start slow in February with things like Moments of Triumph and a series of progression, reward-centric weekly quests we're calling wishes. I'll let the folks on Reddit theorize on what they think these wishes could be. Then in March, we're going to be pulling Guardian games in, and this year it's got a revitalized focus on this sort of class v class competition that we think really is going to accelerate the creative and the excitement around the event.
Yeah, it basically seems like they're just pushing all the events.
But ultimately, we're trying to get towards April and May. We're going to be talking about a new period of Destiny we're calling Destiny 2 Into the Light.
And so I'm gonna pause it here. Obviously, I think if you guys watch this, I would assume he doesn't really share anything on this. Like we weren't really able to get much out of this either. The only thing I was able to get out of this part, the Into the Light, is that this is going to be free for everyone, and it's going to provide value for new players and provide value for players who have 5,000 hours in the game, is what he said. So I don't know if that means something like, I love it. Maybe, everything from the DCV coming back. I don't know what that would be, but but they were tight-lipped on the Into the Light. They didn't say anything besides that it was free and that it would benefit players with 5,000 hours and players with that are new too.
Now, as we get closer to Into the Light, we're going to be talking more about it in the new year. But this is really built not only for the folks that have played Destiny for 5,000 hours,
okay,
but also for your friends, for your family,
I'm just gonna wait.
For people who are just getting into Destiny and want to prepare for the final shape. We're really excited about the content and rewards that are coming in this. So, please stay tuned. We'll be talking more about what's happening in these sort of 2 months before the final shape as we get closer to them. But all of that aside, what most of the team is working on right now is what's coming out in June, the final shape. We know there are high expectations for the way that we're going to put a bow on this 10-year saga of Destiny 2. We know that y'all are expecting awesome, gorgeous new locations, a bunch of new stuff to fight, and a bunch of new ways to fight it. All alongside a story that has to stand side by side with some of the best stories our studio has ever told. I'm going to be honest. We've been holding some cards close to our chest on this one.
Full transparency,
and I'm going to ask that you bear with us
in the summer
for a little bit longer.
And I tried to push.
Because we think a bunch of the systems and the gameplay that we want to talk about are things that you need to see, not just hear. So in April, when we come back with gameplay from the final shape, we want the game to speak for itself. All right, I promised I would.
Pausing that, I did ask. I was like, what did I ask? It was just reason for the delay in general, and a big thing. Even though, and he brought up these cards that they're not sharing yet with us with Final Shape, and said that Final Shape will be able to speak for itself, and the gameplay will be able to speak for itself, and the things that they're dropping are going to be able to speak for itself. But they did say that like they're targeting that June time to like really make sure it's on the level of some of the classics, and then like of like the Forsakens of the world. So while I have no idea what's coming, we asked plenty of times, and the repeated answer is that it's going to be able to speak for itself. What they're delivering. So, I mean, putting some high bars, but hopefully with the additional 4 months, which he said firsthand, and it's an awful screenshot. Sorry, let's get him a better screenshot. Oh my gosh, there we go. That's better. Let's really it's just going to be a wait and see, but I mean he assured us that it's going to speak for itself, so whatever it is, let's hope that it's a slam dunk. But full transparency, in the summit they also didn't share a lot of the final shape cards. As they said, they want to like drop some big bombs and like like really have it like speak for itself.
This time, I've got a bunch of play tests to run to. So thanks so much for spending some time with me this morning. I am going to see all of y'all this week in Season of the Wish. Thanks again. Bye.
Cool. All right. Before we move to the article, thoughts on this? Any questions off this? If there's anything that was asked, I mean, I'll try to, let you know if they gave any further context. I'm trying to remember everything that was brought up. So they brought up the maps, like I said, that's coming before Final Shape. Obviously, the Into the Light thing is tight-lipped. They want to bring Checkmate into more of the PvP modes. Fireteam Finder sounds like it's at first going to be targeting, at least when we talk to him, more PvE things with the the idea that eventually it's gonna exist in the PvP side of things as well. But they at least made it sound like, at least at the beginning, it's gonna be more PvE things. Did they talk about buffs and nerfs? No, not really. On a high level, yes, just in the sense of that the updates that the PvP strike team has been making has been like, I guess on a faster cadence than they've ever had in Destiny 2 before, and that's something they plan to continue. I do remember that, but not individual nerfs and buffs. No, those weren't talked about. Do you believe that there will be a third Darkness subclass based on context? I can say that nothing was mentioned on it, but I also can say that they said they have a lot of big cards to play that they're not telling us. So, could a subclass be one of those cards? Maybe. But full transparency, did anything get talked about subclass-wise? No. In the summit, no. But they did say they're not going to tell us about a lot of the big things coming. So I can say that. Let me see. At least we're going to get something to hold us over the time between February and June. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's definitely going to be an emphasis on that. I'm a little more just like hoping that, they don't provide too many resources for February to June where it pulls from June. But it seems like their main focus is Final Shape. Warlord's Ruin new dungeon sounds good. Yeah, no, it does sound good. We asked questions, didn't get anything on it. Said we'll learn more on Friday, obviously when the dungeon comes out. I respect Mr. Blackburn for doing this though. Yeah, no, most definitely. He's been more front facing, like him or not, he's been very front facing lately. Maybe for Into the Light they might release Wrath the Machine. I feel like personally, like when they were asked directly about if the final reprise rate was coming in the episodes, I don't think he probably would have answered it like that if it was coming. But what I at least what's on my wish list for Into the Light is just bringing back all of the DCV, be able to play all the raids again, Leviathan, Scourge, all those. Maybe have glows to them, but they didn't say anything about it. Did they say anything about new exotics or returning weapons? They talked about really making sure having an emphasis on loot being very meaningful in Final Shape. I actually asked the direct question to Joe: was there going to be like a focus on the core, where it pertains to like not just okay, cool, we have episodes, okay, cool, we have DLC, but how's the overall health of the game going to be in Final Shape? Is that a priority? And I mean, he answered the question that yes, and that like there's going to be like a really big emphasis on making sure a lot of those playlists matter. He didn't go into the greatest detail, but I hope that they really hold true on that. When was this meeting? This meeting was at it was an hour before the delay was launched. It was an hour before, and then the news was launched right at the end of our meeting. How many armor ornaments? Yeah, nothing about armor ornaments. There better be new maps in January. Prioritize maps over modes. Maps aren't going to be in January. Those are going to be in May. Yeah, no, the meeting was literally an hour before. Do you have a link to the video so I can rewatch it? Yeah. 1 second. We'll replay it too.
Hi, everybody. I
just realized my fountain's on too. Let me turn that off real quick. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Taco, thank you for 14. I appreciate it. Keep up the great work as always. And will you be streaming the new dungeon? Of course. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Vicious. How's it going? Did you ask about the Third Darkness subclass? They kept everything Final Shape super under wraps. Like, there was no, like, I don't think I got any, like, real specifics of, like, oh, this is coming from the Final Shape story. Oh, these are the Final Shape enemies. Oh, these are the Final Shape subclass. Or, like, they basically, like I said, full transparency, it was, we're keeping the cards, close to the chest, and we want it to, blow you away when, we drop those, those bombshells in the community. So, no. Are they making any new GMs? So I didn't get that question answered directly either, but like what I can say though is like I gave a very specific question about the health of the core and pertaining to new strikes and pertaining to strike specific loot and pertaining to the PvP maps to getting the comp playlist jumping like it was in Forsaken, to Gambit actually mattering, having quests like Malfeasance, like all of that. Is there going to be a priority of the core and the health of the core and Final Shape? And that was the direct question I asked, and that was the one where I didn't get like a lot of details, but I did get that yes, there is going to be like a priority on making sure those playlists matter, that the loot matters. They're putting a big emphasis on that, is what Joe said. I'm trying to think what else. They talked about a little bit about power grinding too, guys. I don't know if that was talked about here. I know there's going to be a power grind in Final Shape. He was very, I'm not going to say vague, but he was very particular with his words that didn't give away too much. But the way power is handled, it sounds like it's going to be different. That I can say. I don't fully know how. There's not going to be a power grind next season. Nor did it seem like, at least, that there's going to be an addition. I'm not sure on the episode side, but I can say on the with the new expansion that there's going to be a power grind, and it's going to be different. I don't know how, but he did say that. That I forgot to mention that too. Did they talk about Into the Light? They kept that super tight-lipped. They only mentioned that it was going to be free and it was going to have value to new players and players with 5,000 hours. Yeah, Vicious. I'll hit you up sometime today, for sure. For me, I'm not worried. This has always been Bungie. I know everything seems real bad and they just come out swinging, knock out the park. I hope so. Very interesting Monday morning. Yeah, guys. I mean, I only found out that I was going to be in that summit, I think, like Saturday or maybe Sunday. Saturday, Sunday. I can't remember. Let me read this real quick. The Final Shape is the culmination of the first 10 years of Destiny storytelling, and for Guardians everywhere, countless hours spent together. We want to honor that journey, so we're taking the time we need to deliver an even bigger and bolder vision, one that we hope will be remembered and treasured for years to come. Naturally, this change brings up questions about our upcoming release calendar. Season of the Wish begins tomorrow and will extend until the launch of the final shape in June, while the majority of content and narrative of the Season of the Wish will run from late November to February as originally planned. The team is adding new content available for players to jump into until the launch of Final Shape. In February, this will include new weekly progression-based quests called Wishes, and the launch of Moments of Triumph will with unique rewards. Next, we're moving Guardian Games to March with a refreshed focus on class versus class competition. Then, beginning in April, we're delivering a 2-month content update available to everyone in Destiny 2 called Into the Light, which will prepare for the Guardian's journey into the Traveler. All of this is in addition to the ongoing efforts for the PvP Strike Team, including 3 PvP maps dropping in May. DC, thank you for the 2. Thanks for all the details. Hope you've been well. Of course, DC, thank you for the 2. I mean, you guys are the reason that I got to go to that. We know you're eager to get your hands on Final Shape. In that sense, delays aren't fun. For our part, we are excited to have the extra time needed to bring our vision to the Final Shape to life for all of you. We're looking forward to sharing much more in April, including all new gameplay to showcase the significant content additions currently in development. Thanks for reading and being on this journey with us. Is Destiny done after Final Shape? It doesn't sound like it, personally. Do you think the meeting was worth your time? It doesn't seem like anything interesting for you, at least. I mean, there were things that I think were interesting to hear, for sure. I still think, though, that I didn't get enough where I can, without seeing some of these things, fully be like, yeah. Like, that would be, like, probably the best way I can put it. Like, there were some things that were definitely like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. But, like, with the level of detail of some of the things I got, like, full transparency, it like, while everything sounds good, it's still one of those things where I'm going to have to see it, personally. But, yeah, 100% it was worth the time. I mean, I'm honored, to at least, to be able to have had an opportunity like that, I mean, I started this channel 8 years ago. If you would have told me 8 years ago that, I'd get to go to a summit and talk to Destiny's game director, I'd probably tell I'd tell 22-year-old me, like, you're lying, no way. Like, that's what 22-year-old me would have said. So, no, it was definitely worth it, just even for that. It was cool. Thanks for putting me in a position to, have something like that. So, like I said, I think that we're still going to need to wait and see. I mean, at least it sounds like, Head seems to at least be on a high level in the right place, taking the extra time to try to, deliver us something on the level of, our favorite expansions of all time. In theory, that sounds good. But, I need to see it kind of in delivery. Can't Cal with the 2. So sorry. Do you think we can trust do you think we can trust Joe's plea to trust them? Like I said, I mean, we're going to need to see how things are delivered, but what I can say is I do at least appreciate Joe throwing himself into the, front lines and, just coming in with a notepad and just kind of reading off of a video, just kind of speaking, into a video kind of, candidly. I can appreciate that. Whether or not they deliver is kind of a different story, but, I at least appreciate the upfront. Do they mention anything about the new season and the summit? Outside of that, like, the kind of the what's after the season, not really. They didn't really go into detail on what the story is gonna be. I mean, obviously we got dungeon name, we got kind of what comes with Moments of Triumph, with Guardian Games, with Into the Light. But no, we didn't get a lot on this is what Season of the Wish is gonna offer. Camry says, can't wait to see what's to come. Same. Wilhelm says, "Say afternoon, good sir. Good afternoon. How are you? My guess is that Into the Light will bring back old content to some degree. That's what I would think as well. It does make me wonder what moments, because they said what, Moments of Triumph is going to be like in February. Is that what they said? I'm trying to remember. Like, and if so, I wonder like what the difference between that and something like Into the Light would be. Because I always was like, oh, Moments of Triumph will be a great time to bring back the DCV, but those are two different things. So it begs the question of, okay, well, what does that really mean for everything? Thoughts on the dungeon name and perhaps Siva Ultra Cope? If you're asking like if I heard anything about it from the summit, the only thing I heard was the name. I mean, Based on the name, there's not anything that would make me think Siva. Personally, I mean, I would, I would love Siva, but I don't know if there's anything in the name that would suggest that. Moments of Triumph, GG Into the Light, back to back. It is back to back. You're right, but like I guess what my point more so was on that was, I don't really like, I used to think that, or at least I used to hope. I was like, okay, Moments of Triumph might be a good time to bring back the DCV, but if it's not Moments of Triumph, then maybe Into the Light. No, what do I think personally? I think that if I had to guess, Dreaming City, with instead of taking this time, probably like, even though it's not everybody's favorite, probably like Scorn or something. Who knows? Maybe Hive too, possibly. I don't know. Was it blatantly stated that the third Darkness subclass will be a positive to the delay, or should we infer that? There was nothing mentioned on third Darkness subclass. I'm gonna be honest, CJ. Everything we tried to ask specifically on Final Shape content being delivered was met with we need to wait and see, and that it will be able to speak for itself. It's that we don't want to play those cards yet, but trust us, those cards are going to be worth it. And so there's only so much, we just kind of have to, take it with a grain of salt and wait with something like that. But no, explicitly it wasn't. But every time we did bring it up, it was trust us. When you guys see some of the things that are coming, you're going to be like, oh, that's why. That was the vibe. That was the takeaway in my opinion. So it does kind of leave us still like, okay, well, we kind of just gotta wait. I mean, from his mouth specifically. So that's really all we can do right now. I mean, we did get some other, things like on a high level, like, okay, like core playlists are gonna be, focused to some degree. Episodes are gonna be on a slower cycle, I believe was talked about, like more months to develop each episode to focus on having beefier stuff in each episode. That was mentioned, but once again, high level. That's high level. Power grind being different in Final Shape, high level, not explicitly how it's different, but there is going to be a difference to how the power grind is. Jeffrey, thank you for 44. J-Ted, thank you for 42. Thank you both. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. They gotta drop last gen soon. I would agree with that. But it seems like nothing's dropping last gen, which is so weird. I was doing a little Black Friday shopping. I think I saw that Modern Warfare 3 was on the PS4, the new Call of Duty game. Like, it seems like everything's still supporting old gen. I don't really know when, just in general, not even Destiny related, but just in general, when is the leap gonna finally be where they leave behind some of the old consoles? Like, that's not even a Destiny thing, but just in general, it seems like a lot of things are hesitant to leave old gen. I don't know if that's a supply issue, and if based on the numbers, they still feel like too many people have old gen to move away, but who knows? CBS climbed the summit of Mount Bungie and came down with a new perspective. Still very much in the we have to wait is where I'm at. We have been together since the beginning. CBS, it's about time they're brought onto the summit. I find it hard to believe what JB says, Bungie, but let's see. That's where I'm at, Leon, in the sense of really not even it's hard to believe or it's easy to believe, I just need to see it. That's kind of where I'm at this point. I'm not going to say the words are empty, but I do think the words need to have whatever he's talking about show to really be like, okay, like, there we go. That's what it is. So I'm really just waiting. That's what it has me. It has me like, if you wanted a high level of what I took away is, it seems like their heads and to a certain degree are in the right place, but will that translate? We have to wait. That's what it. If you want it, I guess my high level, probably. Heard the new COD is terrible. I didn't get to play it. Think they're hiding anything big for Final Shape? Definitely. I mean, they wouldn't talk about anything, Blue Mask. And then when I asked Joe directly, can we speak on the delays and why? And the big reason why was to, the extra time is going to allow it to be on the level of, to be like, one of the best things they've ever put out. So all that stuff sounds good. Seeing is believing. Agreed. CB off topic. Could you help me with Master Crota sometime? I'll be honest with you, Brett. Believe it or not, I've never run Master Crota. I would be the wrong person to ask. I haven't even done Master Crota. I personally think it's time for Bungie in particular to drop old Jin after episode 3. I mean, I personally think it was time in Lightfall, but I mean, I would agree. I mean, I think even saying Jin after episode 3 is probably generous. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. Guinness, hey. Hey, is the power grind the thing where the scale up to the highest player? Probably part of it, but I'm not really sure. I'm guessing. So, to my knowledge, Ozzy, they announced, this was quite a while ago, about the fire team scaling. That's where I believe that if you have a new player and you want to do a raid or something, I think the highest fire team power level is what everybody will be. I don't think that's what they were specifically talking about, though, in terms of everybody's individual power grind. It sounds like it sounds like the power grind is going to be different than what Lightfalls and Witch Queens was. It is kind of what I got from that. Glad for his videos, and I agree with you. He's doing damage control, but he needs to back up those words. Agreed. That's why I haven't jumped off the deep end, guys. Like, I think that what I can say is I think the transparency is cool in the sense of Joe getting in front of the camera. I think that's cool. I think inviting a bunch of creators, and, you know, it wasn't even just, you know, like there was a wide variety of people there. I think that was also cool for the summit, and, you know, getting to, you know, have us, you know, ask a bunch of questions, even if we didn't get answers for all of them. Even just the ability to ask is good. And now it's just, like they said, they don't want to say a lot of the things that are coming. They want to show it and let it speak for itself. So now it's kind of just, okay, we see your head to a certain degree is in the right place. Now let's see what you deliver. That's kind of where I'm at. I didn't get enough to be like, yeah, like, you know, for certain this is going to, you know, live up. That's where I'm at. So I've always feel like I've, to a certain degree, you know, I get overly excited for things in the sense of I like to experience things with you guys. But I feel like I try not to ever steer you in the wrong direction. I'm always going to be excited to experience things with you guys. But in terms of actual expectations, you know, I wouldn't steer you guys wrong. So I think we're still in the position of we need to wait and see. How much do layoffs contribute to the delay? I can say that when I asked specifically all the reasons for the delay, layoffs weren't brought up. Whether or not, you know, that's just because that's a topic they don't want to talk about is something I can't really answer. But what I can say is they said that, you know, the time was to make sure that this is going to be, you know, on the level of, you know, the best expansions they've ever had. Did they say anything about power level? Yeah, Leon, what they said is that power leveling is going to be, there's going to be a power level grind in Final Shape, and it's going to be different. It's not going to work the exact same as the last one, which excites me, but I don't know what that means. So then it also has me, like, just more curious. Like, it's not excited, it's more curious. I need to understand what that means, because I haven't loved power grinding since artifacts have been introduced, personally. I mean, there was a time, guys, I mean, I did Crota, as you guys know, for anybody that was at the Crota-a-thon. I did Crota 200 times in a week. And I was at season rank like 30. You know, I don't know any other games where you can do the end game content 200 times and not be maxed at anything. But you know, if I would have just spent all that time doing Lost Sectors and shooting bows for Hive and do my seasonal challenge, Challenger XP plus, you know, then, you know, I'd be season rank 300. So I haven't loved power grinding in a long time. So I'm at least happy that it seems like they have the, you know, at least the on their radar to change it to some point. I don't know what it means though. It would be Crayon. Love the stream, Steve. You're gonna be live for Season of the Wish. I'm gonna be live first thing in the morning, guys. And not only am I gonna be live first thing in the morning with Season of the Wish, that's gonna kick off a fun campaign we have for the next 14 days. Where I've had something in the works for a while. I've been working really hard to get it all signed and contracts signed and things set up the way that I want them to be. But I'm going to be giving away $5,000 worth of stuff to you guys. We're going to have like a Christmas campaign. We're going to be giving away Bloodstream emblems too and doing a bunch of stuff. Like the next 14 days of streams on YouTube and Twitch, you guys aren't going to want to miss. I'm going to be live for 14 days. Can we get a timer before Season of the Wish drops? Yeah, we can. Yeah, I won't say totally what's there, but just know, like, $5,000 worth of stuff, whether you want the stuff, whether, you know, people want the cash. There's going to be like a really cool thing we're doing, and it's going to last 14 days. We're going to be giving away a lot of those Bloodstream emblems. You guys, I think, know what I'm talking about, the blue one. And we're going to talk about that campaign tomorrow. But I am really excited for it. I can say that. So tomorrow until, I believe, like December 12th, I think, is going to be, what's it called? It's going to be on and popping. All right. Pick a time. Did I do something wrong here? 11 o'clock on the 27th of... Oh, no, the 28th. Whoops. Alright. Good Lord, CB might just be Santa himself. I'm trying, Guinness. I am trying. Hey, CB, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet second expansion comes December 14th. That's exciting. We've been here before with Witch Queen and Double Primary, and before Taken King, where things are really bad. If they say they got it, then gotta keep the faith. I hear that. I personally just want a CB high five. Any new mention of new craftable raid details? Nothing on crafting that didn't get talked about. Yeah, like that didn't get talked about really at all. Some questions on, you know, seasonal stuff, episodes, DLC, and in pre-DLC, basically. Was like most of it. What's the background tune? This is You're My Number One. It's a Sonic song. Any other questions on things, guys? I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. I feel like I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was mentioned. Like a lot of the specific like questions were ones that were like they're gonna hold on until later. It's like that's why it's a lot of like high level things that I'm giving, because that was really like the majority of what it was. It was mainly high level. I got a question. How's your day? Day was good so far, Scottish. I rolled out of bed and here I am. 2 months of free content after Season of the Wish. Like 4 months, I would say, right? From February to June. Is there going to be a mid-season drop? I mean, basically what's going to happen is we're going to have Moments of Triumph and Guardian Games, then a thing called Into the Light. Into the Light being something that's going to, provide a fun gameplay experience to old Guardians and new Guardians. Maybe, my hope is bringing back a lot of the DCV stuff, but we'll see. And then all the then the 3 PvP maps drop in May as well. W Day, honestly, time to order food and enjoy it? Let's go. Bro, CB is back. Where has this dude been? I mean, I've been here. Are you going live tomorrow first thing in the morning? Sean, thank you. Is dawning gonna be on time? They didn't say anything about the dawning, but I would assume so. Nothing on the dawning. Hey, Laxadaisical. Anything else, guys, on Summit Talk? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like, I'm trying to get my memory jogged. I didn't know if I was able to take notes, so I didn't. Can we get Joe Blackburn as a playable class? Watch Into the Light be a revitalized version of Forges. Did you watch the 30-second thing before you went live? I didn't, Scotch. I'm going to watch right after. Are you buying any new games? I bought the new Mario Wonder game, as well as RPG. I bought a few Switch games. I don't really know if I'm buying any other games as of now. I don't really know. I didn't, a Call of Duty, I didn't really feel like buying. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. Nathan, Thanksgiving was great. How was yours? Hey, CB, I just got in. What's going on with Destiny? So Final Shape got delayed. There was a summit this morning that I went to. I got to talk to Joe Blackburn as well as a bunch of creators as well. We had a summit. So we got to get some questions answered. We have Final Shape now coming in June, and an additional 4 months where they're going to be filling content with some different things to kind of keep our thirst quenched until the time. I wish we had a super that was as powerful as the overload that Joe Blackburn fought. Y'all won't let that man live. I feel it's a good call to have the content free for everyone. I'd agree. CB Scarlet and Violet's second expansion, December 14th. I'll probably play that too. Staying up all night for the new season. There you go. All right. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. I daren't look at the Twitter to see the uproar on there about this. Honestly, Carrick, I don't know if I haven't looked personally, but I don't know if the overall sentiment is going to be negative. I don't know if that's partially because maybe the blow's already been kind of lessened because people have kind of, to a certain degree, known this for a while at this point. Or if people just would rather have a good expansion. I'm kind of in the second boat of I just want it to be good. I don't care if it's coming in November. I just want it to be good. That's really all I care about. Are you traveling for the holidays? Yeah, probably a little bit after, maybe December 16th or something like that. I know you're covering D2, but have you played Remnant? It's a game I want to play, Fujiro, but I haven't got to play it. I heard the DLC was cool. Don't forget, Nicholas says, don't forget the like button, the sub bell, notifications on more streams, and not the thumbs down button. Thank you, Nicholas. Honestly, people were expecting and hoping for a delay. If there was no delay, that kind of meant a rushed expansion. I would agree. Especially after, some of the different news came out. I think people were probably pretty worried after, layoff news and, all that different stuff. I think that giving the thing more time in the oven is not a bad idea. Yeah, God of War is awesome, lackadaisical. Are you excited with what you saw at the summit? Cheese, to be honest. The summit basically told me that I think heads are, I think to a certain degree definitely in the right place. And I think now it's just going to be on delivering. Because a lot of the things that I asked, a lot of the direct questions were, Final Shape is going to speak for itself. The gameplay is going to speak for itself, We're giving it more time in the oven so it can be, the best thing ever. When you guys see this, these different things, you're going to be blown away, but we're not ready to show those things yet. And, that's valid, but it does make it where it's hard to be okay, yeah, Destiny's saved. I can't say that right now. I can't say that yet. When is Zur coming? I believe Zur's here. Zur is on, was he the EDZ this week? I think it was the EDZ. I think he's on the EDZ. Sorry, watch the old streams again? Oh, thank you. Oh, of course, Brett. Zur's on Copium. Anything else, guys? I wanted to make sure that everything was covered. Hey, 2XC, what's good? Bungie should have leaked the entire storyline and campaign. To be honest, kind of annoying they're hiding it until June. That I kind of actually disagree with, Guinness, I gotta be honest. I don't really see the, I guess the overall value in that. I maybe oh, I was about to say, I was like, I don't really know what that would do. Have you ever played Warframe? Now we're talking about other games. I have once. It's survived this long, so obviously there's a magic with Warframe where it's, here to stay forever. I haven't played it recently, though, no. It was back in the Destiny 1 era. I find it so hard to support playing a game with the way Bungie has treated us players and their employees. Fair. Hopefully they can right some of those wrongs. So how long is the new season? I think 7 months, right, guys? 7 months? 7 months. Like, I kind of disagree with even how they did Shadowkeep Summit because the first mission was so big. I don't even remember the Shadowkeep Summit, I gotta be honest. Longest season ever, yep. My issue with that is there's so many times that devs have said similar things like wait till it drops, then it drops and it's superbly underwhelming and it sucks because it has so much potential. And I think that's also valid, Cheese, and that's why, like, you know, words can sound as great as they want until, you know, they're delivered. So, I mean, I think cautious optimism, cautious curiosity, you know, I think those are probably going to be the way to go. Any words on Black Armory weapon refresh? No, but I mean, with Gambit Prime and Menagerie weapons, you know, all kind of coming back, I guess at some point it's gotta happen, right? You get the 70-30 on Twitch, guys. We are so close to 70-30 on Twitch. We're actually gonna go over there in a second because we are really, really close. Let me show you where we're at, Michelle, for full transparency, so you guys can know how close we are to 70-30. Which, guys, remember, after we get 70-30, I'm going to be announcing, we're going to be locking down the official date on the Destiny 1 subathon, collecting all the Destiny 1 exotics. Oh, guys, hold on. Actually, I know I don't really want to uproot us right now. Like, we're having good conversations, but, guys, we might have to do this. Here we are for our 70-30. We're 12 away. Would we mind going over to Twitch, guys, to, like, secure our 70-30? For the day and like continue our conversation. This was like the final thing we were pushing for to be able to do our Destiny 1 subathon, so that we can pay our staff and everybody that's going to be helping with that effort. Is that something we can do? Is that something we can do, guys? No, Stan, you too. Is that, what do I need to do for it? Can we just go to Twitch? Basically, what we're doing, guys, is I've been pushing for a 70-30 split on Twitch, so that I can pay everybody that's going to be helping out with the subathon, because we're going to be, and Night Owl, thank you for the 39, but we're going to be, collecting every single Destiny 1 exotic in one stream, and the one thing we were pushing for before then was we needed 350 non-gifted, non-prime tier 1 subs, so that we could get a 70-30 split on Twitch, so that when we do that event, we can use that money to pay everybody that's helping for the event. Like Chris working on the pixel art, or Get Wrecked working on all of the OBS scenes and everything, or the editing team. I mean, we had Scuda, we had Carrick, we had Corbin, we had Knight, we had Sparky, you know, just to name a few. That, you know, we're all spearheading that project. So yeah, so what I think we're gonna do, guys, is I'm sorry to uproot things, but I feel like we're so close that I would love to see if we can push. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're literally just gonna hit the button on Twitch. So I'm gonna go right now. I'm just gonna literally switch scenes, and let me put it. What's the 70-30? Basically, it just means every single time somebody subs. So let's say you have $5. You would make 70% of that $5 instead of 20%. So let me give you an example. So, and I know you can do math, so I'm not just saying this just to like be like, oh, you can't do math or anything, but just like to show you how at scale that matters. If we have 2,000 subs when we're doing the Destiny 1 subathon, 2,000 subs on a 50-50 split would be $5,000 versus 7,000. Maybe two extra thousand that I could pay to the staff. So it's really just an initiative to help pay everybody that's going to be a part of it, because the Destiny 1 subathon is going to be over a month, and I don't like asking people to do things for free. You know, everybody's contributed so much to that effort. So yeah, it's this Jay Wright. Hopefully that clears it up. Did that clear it up for you? Do you have an estimate of when the subathon will happen? I'm gonna lock down the official date, Carrick, when we hit it. All right, guys. We're gonna go over Jay Wright. Hopefully that answered it. If not, once we get to Twitch, I'm happy to answer anything else with that. All right, guys. Let's go to Twitch. All right, this is where we're gonna be. Blaine, that's very, very kind, and remember that it's non-gifted, non-prime for the 70-30. So we need 12 more of those non-primes, or non-prime, non-gifted before we hit that tier. But we're really close. And then after that, we'll have it. All right, guys. I'm going to go now so that we can do this. All right, I'm just going to hit the button and be on Twitch. All right, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. And let's head over. Let's see. All right, guys. I'll see you on Twitch right now. Thank you again for everything, guys. I'll see you there. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you right now. I love you and I appreciate you guys. See you in a second. Love you guys.